Welcome back to HPL. We saw SjoW take a 1-0 lead over Ostkaka in a great Druid mirror match. You know what? That game was really back and forth. It could have been anyone's game there late, and SjoW just got the better of them at the end.
Yeah, another important point that's coming in here, too, is that both of these guys, I think, were trying to feel the other one out, see exactly where their strategy was going to go, and they both picked a relatively safe pick here in Druid, so still not a lot of information available from both of them, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see exactly how they want to adapt to that scenario and how they want to move forward.
Now, do you think SjoW chose Druid as like kind of a foil to Ostkaka possibly playing Freeze Mage?
I think it was just more seated in a safe pick because, again, both these guys have a pretty wide range of stuff that's going on. And when they kind of will show exactly what their game plan is, there's a lot of situations where they can adjust to that. So Druid just, kind of relying on the fact that it's a powerful deck that can, have these big ramp turns and get everything done. I think that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, and we're going to see what they're going to look for here in Game 2 between SjoW and Ostkaka. SjoW up 1-0. Ostkaka looking to even the series here at 1-1. Let's see what they're playing.
Guys, get out there on Twitter, use that hashtag HPL, let everyone know who you're supporting and what you think is going to happen. SjoW gone back to that Hunter deck, and this is the adjustment that he's made in this game, was that if you're going to play Druid, I'm going to play something that I think is going to have a good matchup versus Druid, and Ostkaka is playing Control Warrior, one of those matchups that could potentially be a nightmare for Hunter.
Yeah, Ostkaka going back to his roots here with the control deck. We talked about this before the match. He's known as a control player, likes these kinds of strategies, likes to draw out the game. And he's going to try to do that against the Hunter Menace.
Yeah, he's even got an Iron Beak Owl in his hand, which is something you don't see all the time. So he had a little bit prepared for something, maybe like Mad Scientist, trying to get a little bit of an edge here. It's also going to contest this body. This looks like a fantastic draw here from Ostkaka.
Yeah, Iron Beak Owl, not just for aggro decks anymore.
Yeah, that's a hybrid Hunter as well. See a Piloted Shredder and a Wolf Rider in there. SjoW is going to look to make some good pushes here. This weapon going to make sure that his Mad Scientist goes unchecked. Going to force Ostkaka to deal with this at some point. You don't often see Hunters being able to leverage their life total, but this is one of those situations.
Yeah, SjoW with a great curve in his hand as well. Just a ton of options going forward in the next couple turns.
Oh, just shaking his head. You could see him kind of take like a sigh there, almost like a little bit of a gasp, kind of like, oh my gosh, this is not the matchup I wanted. But Piloted Shredder, just the kind of card I think that you want in a matchup like this.
Yeah, Piloted Shredder, great against Control Warrior. It's a sticky minion. It's a 4/3 body that leaves behind another body. Right what you want in this matchup.
Ostkaka, no shortage of good options here. I mean, Sludge Belcher is a fantastic turn 4. Even something like Big Game Hunter I don't think is terrible in a spot like this, but I gotta believe Sludge Belcher is just gonna be one of his best plays.
Yeah, and he's gonna go with Sludge Belcher here. As you said, Big Game Hunter, probably not a bad option since he probably won't have a target in the game for Big Game Hunter, so getting it in at any point in time, any one of those turns, he's gonna look to sneak it in there for the 3 mana.
Yeah, Lothab actually going to be a pretty big minion here, I think, in this game. Execute, I think, one of those key cards you're looking to offset when your opponent gets this strong of a start. But that Lothab is going to make sure that's not a possibility. You can't Cruel Taskmaster and execute this turn. So this is a ton of damage that he's staring down right now. Oh, he's got the Big Game Hunter. I forgot about that, though. The +2 power. Oh, wow. My gosh. And he saw that instantaneously. I just completely forgot this card gives it +2 power. And for me, it's just always 1 damage.
Yeah, Ostkaka showing that he knows his matchups, knows all of his cards. What a great play from him there, easily killing that Lothab.
Yeah, SjoW just content to keep pushing for damage here. This is exactly what this deck wants to do. It's got a Savannah Highmane out. He's already seen Iron Beak Owl. I have to feel it. He's very comfortable in a position right here to just go ahead and start making that endgame push.
Yeah, both of his minions are great against what Ostkaka's bringing to the board here. They're both what we like to refer to as sticky minions. They leave behind things when they die, so you get a ton of value out of them, and that's not what these control decks want to see. They want to 1-for-1 you to death and then kill you with their late game options.
Whoa, is this for real? Ostkaka says, you know what? You can push for damage, so can I. Puts 6 upstairs, and that has got to make SjoW uncomfortable with these life totals right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The race is on now. SjoW has to know that maybe something's up. Maybe he's got a way to finish me off quickly in his hand. Maybe something like Grom or something like that. So he's got to think here, like, what is his best play? Does he need to be super aggressive, or does he need to start trading off?
Yeah, I think that's an actually really excellent play from Ostkaka here, too. Like, kind of, creating this board tension, hoping things get done. Might get a little bit punished by the fact that there's 2 knife jugglers on his side of the board, though.
Great knife juggles for SjoW here, actually picking up a minion kill.
Wow, he's just going to push for face as well. Let's do this, man. These guys are rocking.
Yeah. Shows like you want to race. I'm going to teach you how to race here. This is what Hunter was made to do. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he might be changing his mind a little bit here.
Uh-oh. Mixing things up a little bit. I wonder. So now that he's decided to make this kind of trade, I wonder if Savannah Highmane running into the shield Maiden might have been a little bit of a better choice. But you know, at the same time, if he does that, he's going to make himself so vulnerable to something like Baron Geddon.
Yeah, he definitely made himself vulnerable to Baron Geddon, but I don't necessarily disagree with his plays there. They were actually fine. He got to use his knife jugglers very, very well that turn.
Yeah, no, Ostkaka, empty board at this point. You know, maybe he should have been. You typically, when you see both players go to the dome that way, one of them has to be wrong.
Yeah, when you're both trying to initiate races, someone is not right in trying to race here. And so we're going to see Ostkaka kind of take a step back here, kill a minion, gain some life, and revert to the control match.
Focuses on the knife juggler instead of Savannah Highmane now. Doesn't want to give his opponents 4 juggles in that position, but SjoW's got plenty more minions in his hand where those came from. This looks to me like this race is going to continue. He's just going to push. You know, at this point, too, I have to think that he feels comfortable with the idea that Ostkaka doesn't have something like Baron Geddon in his hand, but still going to play to keep that Savannah Highmane on the board. That's 2 face attacks that's gotten in right now.
Yeah,
plus
Savannah
that hero
Highmane
power.
has definitely gotten in 12, and these knife jugglers have been doing some work.
And I mean, his options are like very one-sided at this point, too. It's like Grom with no activator, can't play Alexstrasza yet, or just try to draw some cards. I mean, this looks like a really
I have to believe he's going to play
disastrous
Grom this
point.
turn, and that's what he's going to do. And he's going to attack this knife juggler now. This is actually an interesting spot for Ostkaka here. He gets to play Grom and eat the knife juggler, but he leaves behind a 10-6 body. Now, SjoW has got to think, do I want to run my Savannah Highmane into this Grom? Can I afford to take 10? How does, you know, I have to believe it is freezing traps.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means.
Yeah, Ostkaka cannot like that. That has to mean freezing trap. So he's going to have to, you'll see him only attack minions here.
That Savannah Highmane is doing work this game. That has been a nightmare for Ostkaka. His first weapon of the game drawn now.
Yeah, excuse me, I meant to say he's not going to be able to attack a minion here this turn. This freezing trap is going to be able to protect SjoW's minions, and Ostkaka is in a very bad spot.
I mean, this might just be an Alexstrasza turn. I mean, you have to do something to really get things back under control, and these aren't the tools to do it right now.
All right, he's going to cast Shield Block and dig a little bit into his deck, and Dr. Boom is not what he wanted to draw when he only has 6 mana left this turn. Would have been a good one on turn 10 with a Shield Block, but not on turn 9.
Oh gosh, that Savannah Highmane has been absolutely devastating in this game. How crazy would it be, by the way, if that was a freezing trap? I'm sorry, if that was an explosive trap.
Oh, just like
yeah,
the straight bluff.
Got ya.
Yeah, just the straight bluff. I would just absolutely love it. The way he played that turn and the quickness at which he did it leads me to believe it just has to be that. But you never know. He might actually, you know, be running a huge bluff. You see this between 2 pro players, but I think he's going to play this Acolyte of Pain just in case it's an explosive trap. He gets an extra draw out of it.
Yeah, not going to attack with his Grom. I mean, you know, kind of thinking about it, like when you look at a position like this, his best chance to win may in fact be the fact that it's explosive trap. That damage might be enough. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 damage. It looks like maybe I counted 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, he's got 16 damage available here for him. And he's got the option of whether or not he wants to kill this Grom or the Acolyte of Pain. Keep that freezing trap around.
Plus, he gets a draw off this quick shot as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what SjoW does from this spot. You might see him quick shot. He's probably deciding where he wants the quick shot to go and then decide what to do from there with the card that he draws. But that was a pretty big draw this turn for SjoW. And he's getting extra value out of his Unleash the Hounds this turn, getting the extra
let's go into the dome. A couple draws here can end this. Leopard Gnome's not going to do it, but this pressure, I have to feel, is maybe too much for him to ever come back from at this point. He has the Acolyte of Pain on board still too, so you know, SjoW really feels committed to killing one of these minions and making sure that Freezing Trap is still going to get the job done here. So going to give Ostkaka some extra cards, but again, he's just got so much pressure on the board that I don't know if he can come back from this at all.
Okay, he's going to use all of his...
Pounded 2 and a Leopard Gnome's on board. Alexstrasza actually may be the play to get him back in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage he'd be facing down after he plays Alexstrasza. I mean, this may be a small window of opportunity to maybe get something done.
Yeah, Brawl isn't going to be able to get it done. Being at 2 here, he's not going to be able to gain enough life this turn to still stem the bleeding from what's going to be left over from the Brawl. So you got to believe it's going to be an Alexstrasza turn. Now, does he want to use an Execute this turn? I don't think you do. It doesn't look very good.
Yeah, executing a 1/1 Haunted Creeper and adding damage to the board.
Yeah, he's going to finally
probably one of
proc
his last
trap.
options. At this point, he's just decided it has to be something that's like very favorable for him to win this game.
Now, this will put him back up to 15, but I don't know if he's going to be able to win from this spot here. And kill command drawn, that's going to
do it.
Yeah,
that
that's
extra
gonna be
damage, always a threat. We saw a quick shot in his deck. We saw that there were weapons in here. We also saw that there were charged minions. So the fact that he drew this, not too terribly lucky. There's plenty of draws in his deck that could have gotten this done. But the real talk of this game is how MVP that Savannah Highmane was. 24, 30 points of damage. How much was it that it dealt?
I think it attacked at least 4 times.
That is insanity. When your opponent cannot check the threats that you throw at them, it is very difficult to lose a game in a scenario like that. That's one of the reasons why this strategy is so powerful, and one of the reasons why I think SjoW is going with that strategy. It's very much in the same vein as something like Control. You throw threats at your opponents, force them to use removal spells, have one big threat after that. If they can't deal with it, that's game over.
Yeah, and you saw SjoW do this in his last match. He did it again here today. Switch to the Hunter deck. If you want to see what SjoW did in his last match, what his strategy was, what decks he used, and how he built them, you can go to pvplive.net and find all the breakdowns of SjoW there, and anything else you want to know about SjoW. We've got it all. So guys, make sure you check that out. And when we come back, we're going to have Game 3 between SjoW and Ostkaka. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.